Hey friends, back again with a lesson that I promised you guys a couple videos back. I'm going to do two of them today and probably call it a day. I wanted to do the intro to I'm Gonna Be Movin', and the next video I'm going to do is, well, I don't know if it's going to be the next one in succession, but the next video I'm going to record and release pretty soon afterwards is the solo to A Little at a Time. And I don't think I've got that anywhere else, so I'm just going to go ahead and probably do that one. I'll do a search on YouTube before I do it to make sure, but I'm pretty confident that I haven't done it anywhere else. So we're still sticking with the audio being set to the music setting. I haven't had a chance to check the last one that I made, the practice video that I made, but hopefully the sound's going to be fine for what we need to do. And eventually I'll go back to the microphone and everything, but I'm really wanting to push the limits of this camera and see what all I can do. So without further ado, let's get into some of this stuff. So I just did the intro there, and I actually had a request a while back to see if I would do my version of this intro, and I figured, well, since I've done the song already and released it a week or two ago, that I'll go ahead and do the intro too. So I'd like to get to some of the requests I've been having and that I've had in the queue for a long time on my Trello board, but we'll see what, it just comes in spurts. Whenever I feel like playing, I'll just sit down and record a few videos. So, but here's how I interpret the song. Now, if you go back and watch the Kenneth video, I kind of got the first part of this intro from his intro, and then just kind of added on to it from there. And also, if you've watched the Kenneth video, you definitely need to check out the interview video that I did with Elijah Jenkins. A lot of good bluegrass picking and playing, really good songs, really good playing, really good information. It turned out to be a really good interview, and really proud of how it turned out. There's a few camera issues where it kind of goes in and out of focus, but other than that, really good video to check out. And I definitely recommend watching other people play to learn how to play yourself. That's one of the biggest influences on me, is just gluing my eyes to their fingers and watching how they did things, like Brian Sutton and Tony Rice and some of those guys. And all that stuff is what I come up with and what I try to sit down and teach in my Bluegrass Guitar Essentials course, which you can learn more about by going to bluegrassguitaressentials.com. So now, before I start rambling anymore, let's get on into this. And I'll do this up to speed again, and then we'll slow it down and kind of analyze what's going on in my head and in my fingers, okay? Trying to get a good shot here for everybody. Make sure that you can see both hands. So, 1, 2, 3. Singing, okay? So, like I said, the first part of this was inspired by Kenneth and the way he did it. Excuse me. So I'm just kind of riding that D string first. Then count is 1, 2, 3. And that slide is the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay? So that's a second fret D, and I'm just riding that D string, second fret open, then second fret all the way to the fifth, sliding to that unison G. And then I just lift off, hit that open G, lift off, hit that open D. Now I don't think I did that little double stop thing in the video of me performing this song that I released a couple weeks back. But I realized that it really sounds good, so I started doing that. And that's just taking that little F shape, the part of that F shape there, B string, second fret, first finger, G string, third fret, second finger, and just slide it up half step. Now that happens while that D is still ringing. And you try not to hit it with your finger. G, back to the D, back to the second fret, lot of those in my playing, you just hit a string below and then you refer back to an open string. And that open D there is an upstroke. And I'm sliding from the 2nd fret, then planting that 1st finger down on the 3rd fret of the B string whenever that 2nd fret arrives at the 4th. And this is a little bit of cross picking. I'm not very good at cross picking, but I can do it for just the small amount of time that is required to do it here. So it's a down, up on the B, down on the E. Then you come back and you reverse that direction. So it starts with a down, up, down. Then you cross over the B string, up, down, up, and then one more of these. Okay, so. And that's tough. If you're not anticipating that, you'll accidentally hit 2 downstrokes, and you don't. You can do that, but it kind of messes my rhythm up if I don't keep that hand going up and down, up and down. Okay, and then after I hit that up on that B string again, I slide it back down. Open D's to the hammer on to the 2nd fret, open G, and that's an upstroke because the next one I need to get ready to do is a downstroke. Then you got to get ready for that finger to come down on that 3rd fret because we're going to go a little bit into the bluesy mode here. That's tricky for me because I don't know, I guess I'm just by now I'm used to planting that 2nd finger. The 3rd finger just feels, you know, a little foreign there. So just get ready for that change there. And you know me, a lot of my videos use that. So we're doing that except we're not putting that 2nd fret. Down, up, down on the G, back up on the B. And I'm separating those notes, I'm not letting them ring out. I guess because it just sounds a little better to me. And then I'm coming down on the 3rd fret instead of the 2nd fret, just for a little more of the bluesy feel. Once again, there's that down on the G and back up on the D. That happens a lot in this song. You can either do a hammer or a pull off there, or that pick. It just depends on how smooth you want it to sound. A lot of it, I want it to sound a little bit more choppy and more attitude, but you can put hammer-ons and pull-offs in there. By all means, experiment with this stuff. And then I think the picking gets kind of tricky here. I think I do a pull off there because I kind of need the picking to line up a certain way, and what that is down up, down up, down up on that upper G. And I do a pull off there because I don't want to hit that upstroke, because the upstroke needs to come down on the G. So it's outside the strings this time. Let me get a little closer to this. Outside the strings, down on that, and then up on the G, and down on the open D, because I need to be able to come up on that B. And that's another cross pick thing. You're going to cross over that G while it's ringing. It's harder to do if you downstroke the G. Down, up, down. It's tougher to do because you're inside the strings the whole time. You'd rather go on the outside because you can get clearance that way. Okay, so and that hammer pull off allows that to happen. 3rd fret and coming back down the G after that B string rings. Coming down on the G, sliding down half step. This old world, no place for living. Okay, so let's try that from the top. And if I think of any other problems here, I'll kind of slow it down. Once again, if you have any issues, and you can always rewind and go back, but don't forget on the bottom right hand corner of the video that you can watch this video in half the speed if you need to. So there's a little gear shift, a little cog wheel icon, that's the settings icon. Click on that and it'll allow you to adjust the speed of the video, and you can slow it down if you're having any problems if I'm going too fast for you. Okay, so here we go from the top. Now, I recommend doing this double stop from the beginning, but usually I hit that before I realize it, and then I have to come back and hit it. So let's try this again. Now, that's one time that I actually did the picking. You just have to experiment with what works on your part. For me, it seems easier to go up on the G, down on the D, up on the B. But depending on how I'm doing it, it may just totally be different. Old world, no place for living. Okay, so you can just continue the song from there. And for the solo, I'm not really going to go over that. Usually I do the same thing. I think that's what I did in the video that I recorded. But I didn't realize until I jammed with Elijah that the solo that me and Kenneth did, if I'm not mistaken, was we went and did the whole verse and not just a turnaround. So you can just find your way to a C. Stuff like that. So and that's just if you're going to that C. Just find a way to get to that C. A lot of times you can use that 1st fret pull off, and then you can come back. And this is a big string skip. Tony Rice uses that a lot. It's that B to that 3rd fret and then slide down. And you can do that too, but usually it sounds better with a slide. It's the 3rd fret and 2nd fret on the G. And that goes back to the G. Obviously you're going to stay in the C a little bit longer than that, but that's a good way to enter into the C, is that. And then you can just kind of find your way around from there. And then going back to the G, go there because that's already a note in the C. Okay, so now let's focus on, I think you've seen the left hand long enough. Let's focus on the right hand and try to get this lined up to where you can actually see what I'm doing here. Okay, prominent needs to be the right hand. Don't really worry about this hand too much. It's there if you need to see it, but kind of really pay attention to what this hand's doing. Okay. Again, rather than risking messing that up, that's usually the picking I use, so just go back and rewind it and slow it down if you need to. Now once again, at the end you don't have to just do one of these, because there's a little bit of a hesitancy there, a little bit of a gap, so you can come back and go and do that. So that would be a little bit of an extra tag there if you want to. You could do one of them during the intro, and then when you do a solo you can come back and kind of make that prominent there and emphasize that. So that is I'm Gonna Be Moving. I hope that really made a lot of sense to you guys. Hope I explained that enough, my thought processes and things like that. So really enjoyed getting to be with you guys again. I'm off to the next video while I still have enough battery to do so, and I will see you guys in the next video. Please check out bluegrassguitaressentials.com, and you can check out some of the cool videos there, and cool, there's some free samples there, there's some free videos there, and the first webisode is absolutely free. So definitely download that and check it out if you do nothing else. I mean, it's totally worth it just to get a bunch of free resources like that to get you started on your way. So check that out, and check out my blog at ericbeatty.com. Trying to keep, come up with new content as much as I can. That's more or less about my writing and trying to get better at writing. I've really had an interest and a passion in that lately. So if you're really interested in my thoughts and some of the ideas that I have, and maybe as well as in some of the stories that I'm trying to come up with and some things like that, fiction is what I'm really trying to experiment with, then definitely head over to ericbeatty.com. But there's something there. I'm mostly a nonfiction writer, kind of in the style of Michael Hyatt or Pat Flynn, where you try to present content that it can help people. So I don't know. For right now, the tagline is writing about life, learning, and self-discovery, I think. So just some little ramblings of mine. If you want to, head over there and subscribe to the mailing list where you get updates about my blog. I'm trying to think of some more things to add in with that. But as it's just starting out, that's about all I have to offer right now, but it'll grow. So also you can sign up for the mailing list for Bluegrass Guitar Essentials updates to be notified when the DVDs are ready to be released. It's right now only available as a download on webisodes, but I'm working hard to get the DVDs accomplished and get them done, and experimenting with some new different avenues with getting those out there. So thanks so much for watching. I'm going to get off here and enjoy the rest of this beautiful spring day. Almost spring. It'll be spring this weekend. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please share, rate, subscribe, share with your friends, tell your friends about it. If you like it, I'm sure they will too. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and God bless.